Okay, well, welcome to this energetic NLP energy spa session. And today will be a really great way to start the year. And if when you're watching this, it isn't the start of the year, it's a great thing to do anytime. But we're going to be working on your goals and getting other people's energy and programming and thoughts out of your goals, which is an incredibly important thing to do. And I'll talk about why. Just as a teaser for right now, it's like, if your goals are distorted, even if you're successful at achieving your goals, you're not as happy as you should be, and it's harder to be successful achieving them. Okay, so it's a great time. Take a couple easy deep breaths. Let me just... There we go. Moving something around my screen. And it's great if you do like Paula, and just say hi in the chat would be great, and where you're from. Oh, Paula and Penny, two very, very dear friends. Penny I met when she was being a mermaid in Turkey on a boat. Oh, she wasn't being a mermaid. She looked a little like one at the time. And hi, Christine. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. Just giving people, a minute to get on. And I appreciate all of you saying hi. We always have such a great group of people in these sessions. Okay, looks like the numbers are evening out. There are people from the US, Slovenia, UK, and I'm sure other countries too. Alrighty. Take a couple easy deep breaths. So again, I'm Art Giser. I'm the creator of Energetic NLP. And Energetic NLP is this very special blend of NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming. And if you've never heard of it, it's a really incredibly widely used field. A lot of people have never heard of it, though. Almost everybody has heard of the most famous person in our field, who is Tony Robbins. And he has his own way of doing things, which you can like or not like. I mean, he's obviously very effective. But the core of his ability to transform people's lives comes from his training in NLP. And I was really blessed to be trained by all the developers of NLP. And I've been an NLP trainer since 1985, so a long time. But what I learned a long, long time ago was that when I combined NLP with spiritual principles, with clairvoyance, with intuition development, with transformative and healing energy work, you could do things that none of those areas could do by themselves. They all have different strengths and weaknesses. So energetic NLP brings what I think are the best of all of those fields together, and then it creates something quite unique and special. And I work with people all over the world. Of course, nowadays it's all over the internet. Hopefully, before long, we'll be able to do it in person again. And one thing I like people to be clear on, everybody has the ability to do miraculous energy work. Every single human being on the planet. And not everybody's interested in it. It's not everybody's path. But I've been training people on how to do it, again, since really 1985. And it's something anybody who wants to can. Okay, so go ahead and take easy deep breaths. And I'm going to introduce some concepts that are spiritual, energetic concepts. Then I'll introduce some concepts that are particular to energetic NLP. And then we'll really start rocking and rolling with the energy work. And these are called energy spa sessions because you don't have to work hard. You don't have to think hard. It's like going to the spa. You set your intention. You put your inner wisdom, your deep inner human wisdom, and your spirit in charge, and then you let the magic happen. So my job is to get the energy flowing. Your inner wisdom and spirit are like the conductor of a symphony. They'll go, okay, I want this energy. A conductor of a symphony might go, okay, more drums, less violins, more clarinets, less drums. In the same way, I'll bring in all these energies, and it doesn't matter where in the world you are. It works if we're in the same room. It works if wherever you are on the planet. And like I said, I've been doing this for many years. Most of my clients live thousands of miles away from me. And it isn't any different. I mean, it's fun to be in the same room together, and I look forward to when I can teach workshops in person again. But it works perfectly well. And the thing that will seem odd to some of you that are new, it works totally well on recording. And how and why that works is an interesting conversation. But like I said, I've been doing this a long time, and I've had literally hundreds, thousands of people tell me that it works even on a recording. So if you're watching this as a recording, and a lot of you will be, if you pretend it's happening right now while you're watching it, you'll fully access the energy. So just pretend this is live, whether or not it's a recording or whether or not it's the first time that I've done it. And speaking of pretending is a really key part to energetic NLP. I discovered years ago that if people just pretended they could work with energy, they can. What gets in the way is people thinking they have to do it right, they have to, there's right ways to do it and wrong ways to do it. And don't get me wrong, when you learn how to do it, and in my training programs, we talk about ways to make it stronger and better and ways that you can improve it. But on the most fundamental level, if you pretend you're doing it, your spirit and your unconscious inner wisdom will do it. And your conscious mind won't get in the way. So if during this session you're going, I don't know if I'm feeling what I should be feeling, shouldn't I be having this different reaction, or am I doing it right, is Art doing it right, or other people getting more out of it than I am, you'll get much less out of this session. And for a lot of us, you may not be able to turn that off, but just what they call in mindfulness meditation, just be mindful of it, meaning you notice it and don't fight it, don't feed it, don't analyze it, just let it be in the background. You all know how to ignore people. You learned that when you were really young with your parents and teachers and a lot of other people. So you have an inner ability to just ignore it. And again, not suppress it, not fight it, just kind of go, yeah, this is going on in the background, and leave it alone. And then it'll be perfectly fine. Okay, take a couple easy deep breaths. So pretending is important. The second really key concept is one that is unique entirely to energetic NLP, and it's called your miraculous self. Your miraculous self. And what we discovered years ago is that people's spirit, with your spirit's vast awareness of the big picture in your life and what it's all about, and what you're here to do, and how everything fits in, your spirit and your deep inner human wisdom, and your deep inner human wisdom is just that. It's human. It's connected to, it's totally grounded into your life. They're not always aligned with one another. They're not typically fighting each other, but often one's going one way and the other's going another way. And that tends to be the areas of your life where you're having trouble manifesting, where things aren't working the way you want them to. And sorry about the blue flashes of light. I don't know why that's happening, but I'm going to pretend it's wonderful energies coming in. Might as well. Like I said, we use pretending a lot. So in energetic NLP, you always put your miraculous self in charge of what happens. If you try to keep consciously in control, you'll get this much out of what we're doing. If you allow your miraculous self to be in charge, you'll get, my arms aren't long enough. You'll get a huge amount out of it, because your inner human wisdom and your spirit know exactly what blocks to clear, what to do, what energies to bring in, how to use them. And I don't care how good you are at energy work, you'll never be able to do it on the level that your miraculous self can do it. So what you want to do is just put your spirit put your miraculous self in charge. So how do you do that if you're new? If you're new, the most basic level of it is really simple. In my advanced trainings, we go into depth on it and we evolve it and make it stronger. But you can do a lot right at the beginning just by going, right now, my spirit and my deep inner human wisdom are forming a miraculous self, and they're going to work together. Actually, I should put it on the present tense. Right now, my miraculous self is formed, and my spirit and my deep inner human wisdom are working together to make my life miraculous. And you can just go yes to what Art said. You don't have to, your unconscious and your spirit and your inner wisdom heard me. And then the second part is, as conscious beings, we have a right to make choices in our life. So right now go, I'm giving 100% permission for my miraculous self to be in charge of what happens in this energetic NLP energy spa session. And you can shorten that and go, I'm giving my miraculous self 100% permission to be in charge. Because again, it will always know more than your conscious mind will know. And I like to be clear to people. I grew up, I'm a very analytical person. My father was one of the early computer guys. The first thing I wanted to be in life was a scientist. And I did end up managing a medical research lab for 11 years. I was always interested in the mystical too, but I love logic. And but what I've learned, and what almost anybody who gets into spirituality, energy work learns, that logic will only get you so far. Your spirit and your deep inner human wisdom can take you much further than your logic can. Because you never will logically understand everything about your energy field and other people's energy field and how it all works together. So right now, just give your miraculous self 100% permission to be in charge. And what we're working on today, you may have missed it, what I said at the beginning. And when this is being recorded, it's right after New Year's, which is a perfect time to do this. But the truth is anytime is the perfect time to do this. And what we're going to do is get other people's programming and energy out of your goals. We're going to get other people's programming and energy out of your goals. I mean, I'm sure many of you, and you can put a yes in the chat if you want to, have pursued goals and then at some point realized, I don't think I really even want this. I thought I wanted it, but I don't. And or you achieved a goal, and after you achieved it, you went, it wasn't worth it. And I had a client once, and he was expected to be in the Olympic wrestling team for the United States. And he had just won the Eastern Seaboard of the U.S. Championship, which is, like several countries in and of itself. I mean, it's 100 million people. I don't know how many people live there. So winning the Eastern Seaboard of the U.S. is a big deal. And he said he was up there and he's getting his gold medal. And in his mind, he's thinking, well, this is nice, but, it's not worth it. It's not worth spending so much of my life on this. It's not that important to me. So he ended up not going, out for the Olympics, which, and he was really happy about that because he realized, yeah, it'd be great if I could win an Olympic gold medal, but it doesn't really matter that much to me. I'm happy with what I achieved, and that's enough. And one more story about it. A friend of mine from high school, he wasn't a close friend, but he was a friend, and his mother and my mother were friends. And at one point she goes, oh, Pete's graduated from law school, and he's passed the bar. And in the U.S., you have to then take the bar exam, then you can be a lawyer, which I guess is like a barrister in the U.S., in the U.K. But anyways, I run into Pete and I go, wow, you're done with your law degree. You must be really happy. And he goes, I'm miserable. I went, why? And he goes, I have finally realized my being a lawyer was my father's dream, wasn't my dream. And so if other people's energy is in your goals, and I promise you it is, it makes it harder to achieve your goals. It can get you to achieve the wrong goals or for the wrong reasons. Wrong in that they're not what will make you deeply, profoundly satisfied with your life. And I don't mean they have to be big, grandiose goals. I mean, they can be really simple little goals. I don't think they have to be big. The goal here is that they're authentic, that they're really yours. They will lead to success and happiness for you. And clearing the energies out is going to be a lot simpler than all of this. So just a couple more things. when the energy's flowing, if you feel the energy, that's fine. If you don't feel the energy, that's fine. It doesn't matter. It works either way, as long as you don't fuss about it. You may go into an altered trancey state, which is really, really common because a lot of the energies are high frequency, and they tend to put you in this hypnagogic state, which is a really incredible state for deep transformation. Others of you will get really alert, and that's fine. Resistance may come up. Resistance is an energetic programming and an unconscious programming, karma, and all kinds of sources of resistance. And if resistance comes up, and it may show up as all of a sudden, it's like there's something you haven't done for a week, but all of a sudden you feel like you got to do it now. Or all of a sudden you get antsy or, or any other kind of reaction. If that happens, just go, oh, good, that's resistance, and it's being released. So if you just be mindful of it and just let it go. You don't need to do anything to it. And don't make meanings out of it, because mostly it comes when other people's energy is leaving you. You get all kinds of reactions. You may temporarily feel aches or pains or other discomforts. If at the end of the session you're not feeling better, just put it in the chat. Don't wait till the very, very end, but near the end. In that way, I'll help you with it. But usually that just clears on its own. And again, that's not a bad thing. It's just sometimes when the old blocks and programming are leaving, because your body and your energy body are intertwined, sometimes it can cause little reactions and discomforts. And emotions may come up. And if they come up, it's old emotional energy, again, probably not even yours, or most of it won't be yours, that's leaving. So if emotions are coming up, just go, oh, good. Whether you enjoy the emotion or not, just go, okay, it's clearing. We're trying to clear things. Okay, so if you're absolutely clear on your goals for the next few months or the year or whatever you want, you can think of those specific important goals to you. Or you can just imagine a symbol out in front of you, which is what I'm going to do. And the symbol is going to represent, for me, that 2021, or whenever you listen to this, is a wonderful, miraculous year for me. Abundant, happy, loved, loving, healthy, fill in the blanks. Successful in my work, whatever that means to you. So, and when I say a symbol, the symbol can be anything. I just always imagine like a little ball of energy. Because the thing about a symbol is it doesn't have to have any intrinsic meaning. It means whatever you want it to mean. So I'm just going to put like a little glowing ball of energy out in front of me, and it's going to represent that this is going to be a miraculous, wonderful year for me. Or this is a miraculous, wonderful year for me. I'll put it in present tense. You might have specific goals around health or income or your work or love or relationships or anything else. And if you want, you can put out an individual goal. So either put one for the year or an individual goal. So hopefully, if that confused anybody, let me know in the chat. But what I recommend is just put one symbol out. And, if you want something more specific, it can be a star, a pyramid, a flower, a tree, anything that you want. I was going to say dollar sign, it could be a pound sterling sign, whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so now that's almost all the thinking part of it. So take a couple easy deep breaths and set your intention right now that what we're doing is going to release other people's energy from your goals, and your goals are going to be filled with your authentic energy and with wisdom, skills, knowledge, and abilities from your miraculous self. So your goal will be, other people's energy will leave your goal, and their programming will leave your goals. And then your goal will be filled with skills, concepts, abilities from your miraculous self, and with more of your authentic energy, so that they're really yours. Easy deep breaths. And I'm just going to, I think the sun has shifted, which I think is why we're getting that glowing blue. It's bouncing off the windows and the walls. There we go. That's better. Okay, so again, put some kind of symbol out in front of you, and in your mind go, this symbol represents a really wonderful, miraculous year. And it represents the goals specifically that you have for the year. So that's what we're focusing on right now, is your goals for the year. And people get beat up a lot that you always have to have really specific goals. If you have really specific goals, that's fine. Think of it that way. Just add the phrase "or better," so you're giving your miraculous self permission to improve them. But you also can do what I was talking about. I'm just putting out a symbol for that it's going to be, that it is a wonderful year, on all levels, on health, on abundance, on my work, on relationships, spiritual development, personal development, all of that. So that at the end of the year, I'll be thinking, wow, this was a really, really wonderful year. And you can make it as simple as that. Okay, put your symbol out in front of you. Give your miraculous self permission to be 100% in charge of what's about to happen. So again, I'm starting now bringing energies in for you, which again, anybody can learn how to do that. I'm bringing the energies in, and give your miraculous self 100% permission to identify the energies that are other people's energies and start removing them from your goals. And it will replace them with wisdom, skills, concepts, and abilities from your miraculous self and more of your authentic energy. And to help all that, imagine a column of energy, a tube of energy coming up from the center of the earth into your symbol for your goal. And that's grounding your goals into the earth. And give your miraculous self permission. It can just use that to drain other people's energies out of your goals. So we're just going to take a few minutes and do that now. Drain them, and again, immediately replace what's drained with wisdom, skills, concepts, and abilities from your miraculous self, and with more of your authentic energy, and with earth and universal energies that will help you manifest your goals. We're just pulling out other people's energy, thoughts, opinions, programming, which can be ancestral, societal, familial. In no effort, just let the energy in your miraculous self do all the work. By the way, for those of you that are new, the less serious you are, the better. Just treat this like, this is just a fun little game. Bring out your inner playful child, and we're just playing this little pretend game, this little fantasy game. I know I did a lot of that as a child. I'm sure a lot of you did too, pretending to be this or that and just having fun with it, not trying to do it right. Easy deep breaths, no effort. And if you want to, really give your miraculous self permission to adjust your goals if they're often in different ways. Often they're too limited, or they're what you think you can do or should do or can't do or shouldn't do. And often those things aren't true, or they're not your truth. And if any of the programming from other people, if any of it your miraculous self likes, it can just duplicate it, but it will be yours now, not theirs. So it'll make your version of that programming if it wants. But their energy, their programming leaves. Easy deep breaths. And then that symbol in front of you for your goals, make a duplicate of it. Imagine there's two of them. And it doesn't matter whether you see them clearly or not. Just pretend there's now the original one and an absolute duplicate of it. Duplicate as it is now, with other people's energy gone, and your miraculous self bringing in new energy, concept, skills, and abilities. And take the duplicate and imagine it comes in, and it comes into the center of your chest, which is the heart chakra. And then the energy of it spreads throughout your entire body, your entire energy field, your chakras, your energy channels, all the layers of your aura, your energy field. And as the energy spreads through your energy field, through your body, your cells, your DNA, it's affecting the energy of your entire body and energy field. And it's all starting to become in harmony and resonance with the manifestation of a really, really wonderful, miraculous year for you. So if you could hear your energy field in your body right now, it would sound like a symphony. All these different energies, and they're all working together to create one beautiful piece of music. And that beautiful piece of music is this wonderful, miraculous year. So just pretend the energy's going throughout your entire body, your organs, your cells, your DNA. It's going into your chakras, your energy channels, your energy field, which is in you and all around you. So your entire body and energy field are set to manifest a wonderful, miraculous year. And then the original symbol, let your miraculous self take that. And in spirituality, we talk about things exist energetically before they exist physically. They exist energetically before they exist physically. And I mean that quite literally. There's an energy template for your life. So give your miraculous self permission now to weave that symbol, or better, into the energy template of your life, so that this wonderful, miraculous year is already created. And think of it that way. It's already created. You'll just catch up with it in time, but it's already there. Easy, deep breaths. Now we're bringing in energies to help you process and integrate what we did. And you'll be processing this for at least days. So be sure to drink water. It's really important. And it'll be important to at least lightly move, stretch a little bit. I mean, you can do intense exercise or something if you want, but at least lightly move. And that's because your energy body and your physical body are intertwined. So as your energy improves and becomes more authentic, your physical body wants to realign too. In a way that's better, of course. And if you're doing anything after this session that requires safety, I want to ask your unconscious mind and your miraculous self to make sure you're alert, safe, and grounded, alert, safe, and grounded, alert, safe, and grounded. And then tonight and for the next 3 nights, part of the time when you're sleeping, your unconscious mind and your miraculous self can review what we did in this session and infuse it with wisdom, skills, concepts, abilities from your miraculous self. Your miraculous self will make it deeper and wider. It'll make it higher, more multidimensional, and especially it will automatically integrate it into your life. So while you sleep soundly, deeply, wake up feeling refreshed, it will be automatically integrated into your life. Easy, deep breaths. And then go ahead and stomp your feet, pat your body. Notice, look around and notice little fine visual distinctions of texture and shading and color. You know, effects from the light and the dark and the shadows. And notice what you can hear. So I can hear a truck in the distance and things I wasn't noticing before. And notice the physical sensation of where you're sitting or lying. So for me, I can feel my thighs and my rear on the chair and my back on the back of the chair and my arms on the armrest. And you can touch your fingertips together and wiggle your toes. And just a couple things before we finish. As you can see on the screen, I'm doing a workshop this weekend, and this weekend is January 9th and 10th. Yes, I wanted to double check. And it's going to be a day and a half all on setting up the year to be magical. We'll work on karma, spiritual contracts. We'll do a lot more on programming, not just about goals, but every aspect of your life. There'll be a very thorough clearing of your energy, letting go of the stuff from last year that you don't want to bring forward. Because we tend to bring forward a lot of stuff that we don't want from last year and years before. So we'll be doing a lot of clearing. Again, we'll work on karma, spiritual contracts. We'll be setting your whole energy field to create a magical, miraculous year. We're connecting you to energies to help you do that. And I've done that. I don't think I did it last year, but I've done it in the past. And he says humbly, people really love the program. So I decided to do it again this year. It will be recorded too if you have to miss part of it, but it'll be Saturday, Sunday. But if you go to www.magical2021.com, magical2021.com, and that's the numbers 2021, you can get all the information. And until Friday at midnight, my time in California, there's a discount, which is almost to the end since we start Saturday. So I hope you can make it. It's an incredible way to start the year. And for people listening to recordings later, this recording later, they'll probably be available later. And you can start the year in June. You can start the year sort of like some people do Christmas in July just for the fun of it. I've seen stores do that. And you can do New Year's whenever you want. So wishing you all a really magical, miraculous year. And thank you so much for being part of this. I appreciate all the comments. People who've been here before know that Facebook will show this to more people if the more comments there are and hearts and thumbs up and likes and shares and things like that. Facebook, that's how they evaluate that something's worth showing to people that are new to energetic NLP. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. Wonderful to start the year with all of you, and have a wonderful rest of your day or evening. And you can keep commenting and chatting if you want, but I'll turn off the video. So bye, everybody. And I will be checking all the comments later. And thank you all for all the wonderful comments.